What's up, folks? Welcome back. All right, so I want to talk to you real quick about something I didn't know I needed to talk about, but the conversation needs to be had, so we're going to have it. A lot of people are trying to use the incorrect tool to detangle their hair and are not understanding why the results aren't what they expect. So the best way to put it is we make a plethora of wooden combs here at Netter Gold. That's what we do. And folks are using this rat tail comb and trying to detangle and wondering why it's breaking. Um, Confuses me why this may happen, but then again, some folks just may not know. So what I'm going to do is do my best. I'm going to try and do my best to educate on what each comb is designed for, the best way to use it, and just my preferred usage of each one of these combs because I use them all. So how about we get started on that, and then we'll just make this happen. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. Sometimes I kind of get lost in the sauce with the comments and stuff, but it is what it is. I'm not really famous, so I got time. All right. That was a good one. All right, let's get started.
Hey, so I'm editing this video right now. I'm eating breakfast with the family. Say hi, family. Subscribe to my damn channel. That's all I gotta say. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you. So you want to say, Chris?
You're funny.
Thank you. Thank you. Do it.
Why are you so ashy? Why are you so ashy? Why are you so ashy?
Okay, so first and foremost, I want to let you know what a detangling tool is versus a styling tool. So I'm going to break these apart here, and it's actually super easy. This is our wide tooth detangling comb. The whole purpose of this comb is to detangle thick hair. That's the entire purpose of this thing. Detangling of thick hair. The teeth are wide enough to make sure you can get in there, and you can also work the kinks out. The teeth are also thick enough so it can withstand a little bit of pulling. Well, a lot of pulling, but don't try too much. So a lot of people are detangling incorrectly, and let's address that first and foremost. My detangling style is starting off with my fingers because my fingers are the best, right? Getting in there, working out the kinks. And if you want, you can actually use this comb, but we'll talk about this in a second. Working out the kinks, just filling out the kinks, taking out knots and stuff like that. That's the first thing I do. Then I go through it with the detangling comb. Sometimes, a lot of times, more often than not actually, I'll do a method where it's like one hand and then picking it out, or one hand and using a detangling comb, something like that, and just doubling it up to help make sure that the detangling process is going as smooth as possible. Don't do it dry, that's first and foremost. But if you need a full video on how to detangle your hair properly, please let me know. And when I say properly, I mean my way of properly. There's many ways to do things. Your way is worse than mine, but I can, we can agree that I'm the best here. Like DJ Khaled, we the best. Ooh. Wow, I am so stupid. All right, look, back to this whole thing. This is the wide tooth detangling comb. This is designed for detangling. That's it. It's not a styling tool. I wouldn't use it to style my hair. This is just to detangle so it can be easier to manage and style later. The next step is going to be our epic ass jumbo comb. So for this one, the teeth are not as wide as the wide tooth detangling comb, but the teeth are very thick. So the thickness of these teeth can withstand a lot of pulling. Again, I do not recommend pulling your hair heavily with any type of comb because you're going to just pull your hair out and be upset. You're going to be bald. You're going to look dumb because you're going to be like, oh my God, I got patches. You don't want that. So detangle properly, okay? This here, fantastic, super thick, great for coarse hair, great for long, thick, coarse hair, even great for thinner hair. Detangling tool, this would be my second choice of detangling tool. Second choice. So first choice is the wide tooth. Second choice is the epic ass jumbo comb. Now, this is our professional braider's comb. This thing is designed for parts, working through your hair, making it easier to part. That's the whole purpose of this comb. It's not designed to detangle, but it can do an amazing job of just that because the teeth are thick enough and the gap is obviously wide enough, and it can kind of mimic your fingers like mine if this is how you do it, because I usually go through with my fingers. So this can do a great job of that as well. This would be my third choice of detangling tools, or probably tied for second. I don't use it much, for detangling, but you know, it's like it's tied for second, third place, something like that. Now, the remainder of our combs are all designed specifically for styling of your hair. This is our beard comb. Okay. Let me run that back. Hold up. Let me take my step back here. This is our detangling beard comb. This is meant for helping detangle your beard. Now, your beard hair is a lot thinner, softer, your facial hair. It's not as what's we're looking for? Aggressive, right? Like it's not as tight as this hair up here. So I don't need to use this detangling comb here. Now I have, because I used every single product that we have here, but this is what I use to detangle my beard. I go through it, the kinks aren't as heavy, the knots aren't as heavy, and it just works. It works very well. The teeth are thinner, so it gets through, because this is a lot less surface area. There's a lot less hairs here compared to hair on the top of my head. Like there's just a lot less follicles in general, so this works out perfectly. Just go through there, works out, the teeth are wide enough, and the teeth are thick enough if you really want to start tugging and pulling. Again, I wouldn't recommend it because you're going to end up with a weird, patchy looking beard. Now, let's come back over to all the styling tools here. Okay, these are the styling tools. I'm gonna start off with the most styling of styling tools, which is the rat tail comb. I've had people tell me that they broke this comb while trying to detangle their hair, and I'm just like, why? Like, why were you trying to detangle your hair with a rat tail comb? Who does that? Who uses that to detangle hair? One second, I got an intruder. So this is gonna be a little break here. We got Boss here, and then King's over here. You gotta bring King over a little more. Get him like right in front. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, there's King. So then there's King here. So
He's your responsibility.
he is definitely my responsibility. Oh, and there goes those. Okay, let me grab this one. All right, here. So this one's good. He wants to touch stuff. So he wants to touch my lights for some reason. Okay, right here. Just. Boss, what are you doing? Why are you killing the vibe, buddy? You want to get up?
He wants to.
Oh, yeah. Press button. Okay, back to business. So, look, this is a rat tail comb. This is our rat tail comb. This is not designed for any type of detangling purpose. And I've had individuals say they've used this comb and it broke because they were trying to detangle their afro or thick 4C hair. And I'm just trying to figure out, like, why? Who told you this is how you, like, did this happen to you when you were a kid? Like, did your mom detangle your hair with a rat tail comb and this is what you think? That's not how this works. I'm sorry for you, and that's not how this goes. This is a styling tool. All right, same thing here with our dual thread comb. The dual thread comb is meant for beards and beards alone, and short hair, of course, but this is it. This is a beard and mustache styling tool. Now, you can use this thicker side here to actually do a bit of detangling, but it's not what I would recommend it for. I would go with the detangling beard comb, but you can detangle with it. I have done so. It's just a bit more abrasive because the teeth they're thicker, you know, so they don't really make it all the way through. It's weird. It works, but I prefer a different tool if that makes sense. So here we have our wooden thick hair pick. This is a hair pick. That's what it's designed for. It's not a detangling tool. It's a styling tool still, just like all the other picks I'm gonna show you in a second. They're all meant for styling. This one just has thicker teeth and wider teeth compared to the other ones, making it easier for thicker 4C afros. But again, this is not a detangling tool. And then, you know, the final set here are just all gonna be like Afro Picks. These are Afro Picks. They are not designed for detangling of the afro. But again, you can if you want to, but I don't recommend it by any means if you're really trying to do a proper detangle. I have a video of me actually using this to detangle my hair, and it does work. Again, it does work, but my preferred method is the actual wide tooth detangling comb because it's designed just for that purpose, detangling of my hair. See, the thing is, if you're using the improper tool, the job's not gonna get done correctly. It's not gonna work out well, it's not gonna feel good, and at the end of the day, you're gonna wonder and be skeptical, like, did I buy the right product? You bought the wrong product for the job you're trying to do, right? So as long as you make sure you're using an actual detangling comb to detangle your hair, you'll be good to go. Or if you're trying to style, you don't want to use the wrong thing, because I've had people with itty bitty beards buy this pick and wonder, like, why is it so big? It's not working on my beard, because you weren't using the right one. If you want a beard pick, you go with the mini pick. This is our mini Afro pick. This is great for beards. This is what I use 9 times out of 10 for styling of my beard. It's easy to handle, long enough teeth, bada bing, bada boom. But when it comes to detangling, I'm using this for my hair. Now again, detangling for the beard, I use this. But for my hair, I'm using this. And it's just, you gotta know what tools are good for what purpose. So, you know, don't blame the tools, blame yourself for making the wrong decision for the tool you got. But it's okay, because you can make it work no matter what type of hair you have. Just don't do too much, if that makes sense. Like, you can make it work, but don't overdo it. Like, if you want to detangle with this, that's overdoing it. If you want to detangle with this, it can work if you put in the effort to really, like, finger detangling is the #1 way to do it for me, and then you follow it with the comb for the finer detangling along with the styling purposes. But yeah, it's just, you got to do it right. If you don't do it right, then you just didn't do it right. You get what I'm saying? Are you catching my drift? Like, you got to do it correctly. So yeah, with that being said, please do me a solid favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and let me know in the comments below if you have any questions about, like, detangling or which tool to use for what purpose, and I'll do my best to answer it as quickly as possible. All right? Yeah, so I appreciate you for watching. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you next video. See ya.